Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. It's Wednesday, the 27th of November 2013. My name is Cholapansa Narula. In today's top stories, the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs has met with foreign ambassadors in order to create an understanding of the current political situation. But first, our headlines. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra asserted at the Central Debate her administration had been managing the country without being manipulated by anyone, and that it was able to make progress in fighting corruption. The Central Debate on Prime Minister Yingluck and Interior Minister Darupong Rungsuwan commenced with Opposition Chief Whip during Laksana Wisit's accusation of the Prime Minister having misconducted her work, having facilitated benefits toward her own group. Interior Minister Darupong was also accused of the same issue. Opposition leader Apisit Wechachiwa then elaborated that governance under the Yingluck administration promoted corruption and the avoidance of inspection process. Regulations were issued to facilitate the averting of the National Anti-Corruption Commission's scrutiny. He also accused the Prime Minister of ignoring government members' declarations they would not accept the authority of the Constitutional Court. In addition, Mr. Apisit asserted the government tried to issue the amnesty bill to reduce the power of the courts and to aid those guilty of corruption. Ms. Yingluck clarified all accusations, asserting that the work of the government had been in accord with what it had earlier promised Parliament and that the selection of Cabinet Minister was based on the capacity of each individual. The Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs has met with foreign ambassadors in order to create an understanding of the current political situation and stress the government's need to activate the Internal Security Act or ISA in more areas. After a meeting with ambassadors from 56 countries and representatives from 6 international organizations, Permanent Secretary for the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Kun Siyasak Puangketgao, said that the discussion was arranged to give the attendants a clear picture of the Thai political situation at present. He confirmed that all clarifications were made based on facts. The meeting also echoed Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra's previous statement that her government respected people's freedom of expression. However, it was emphasized that there was a need to impose the ISA in all areas of Bangkok and some parts of the vicinities, since the law would allow security officials fully to perform their tasks amid the intensified demonstrations by anti-government groups. Mr. Siyasak added that the government had asked for cooperation from the attendants in presenting news on Thai politics accurately so as to stave off impacts on Thailand's economy and tourism. According to the Permanent Secretary, a total of 23 countries have issued travel warnings for their citizens planning to visit Thailand. The warnings, however, do not prohibit the people from entering the country, but merely urging them to avoid demonstration sites. And the Foreign Affairs Ministry has also sent letters to the United Nations and foreign embassies in Thailand, informing them of the current political situation. Foreign Minister Surapong Towichakchaikun said that letters have been sent to embassies in Thailand, the UN headquarters in New York, and the 5 members of the UN Security Council, which include the United States, China, England, France, and Russia. The letters were meant to explain the current political situation in Thailand, telling them that many government officers have now been seized by the protesters and the ongoing protests are illegal, while calling on the international community to condemn the action. Foreign Minister Surapong has also ordered his officials to press charges against rioters who destroyed the ministry's front gate during their storming into the premises. The minister went on to say that 22 embassies in Thailand had already issued warnings to their people, urging them to avoid going near all demonstration sites for their own safety. According to Mr. Surapong, the U.S. Embassy has expressed its disagreement to protesters taking over state offices by force, saying the move is not a kind of protest under the democratic system. The National Security Council has said the enforcement of the Internal Security Act across the capital and in nearby areas will last until the end of December. NSA Chief Paradon Patanathaput noted, however, that once tensions between the government and the demonstrators eased, the ISA could be revoked at any time before December 31st. He elaborated that the decision to impose the ISA in all districts of Bangkok and Nonthaburi, Bang Pli district of Samut Prakan, and in Lat Lum Kyaw district of Pathum Thani was to prevent protesters from seizing Suvarnabhumi Airport in Samut Prakan and the government complex in Nonthaburi. The security agency urged members of the public contemplating joining the movement to comprehend the severity of criminal charges stemming from entering government premises under the ISA without authorization. The Centre for the Administration of Peace and Order, or CAPO, has prohibited anti-government protesters from entering the premises of government agencies and independent organizations. CAPO said its prohibition of entrance into government offices was enforced to prevent the protesters from taking over the places and protect national security. People who incite unrest and obstruct the authorities' operations were banned from all government offices, especially the Ministry of Finance, the Bureau of the Budget, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Public Relations Department, courts and independent organizations. The prohibition is part of the government extension of the Internal Security Act. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra announced on Monday that the law would be enforced throughout Bangkok and some areas in the capital's vicinity from 26 November until the 31st of December this year, after the protesters surrounded many government offices. And the criminal court has issued an arrest warrant for protest leader Suthep Thaugsuban for invasion of state property. A request has been filed with the criminal court asking it to issue an arrest warrant for Suthep Thaugsuban for leading thousands of protesters to invade and seize the finance ministry. After examining the evidence, the court this afternoon issued an arrest warrant for the MP-turned-protest leader. And after seizing the finance ministry, Mr. Suthep announced his plans to mobilize demonstrators to seize other state offices nationwide, including provincial halls and district offices. The Foreign Ministry was among the state offices visited by the anti-government protesters yesterday. Other destinations included several TV stations, the Interior Ministry, the Government Public Relations Department, and also the Budget Bureau. Education Minister Thatarun Chaisang said school principals have already been authorized to close their schools if their deemed staff and student safety is in jeopardy due to the ongoing demonstrations. The minister made the comment following the closure of 24 schools in 3 districts of Bangkok, namely Pamprap Satrupai, Panakorn and Dusit, to avoid the demonstrations. He, however, expressed concerns that prolonged closure of the schools would negatively affect their respective teaching and also the learning system. The Education Minister said no Education Ministry officials have so far asked for days off to join the rally as called for by the demonstrators. Meanwhile, Secretary-General of the Office of the Basic Education Commission, Apichat Jirawat, urged schools located near to the demonstration venues to look after the school assets, as the protesters often request to use the school's facilities or put up camps close to school premises. According to him, the Education Ministry regulations allow schools to close without ministerial approval twice a year, and each break must be no longer than 7 days. School closure that lasts longer than 15 days must gain prior approval from or by the OBEC Secretary-General. Transportation in Bangkok will maintain its regular services and frequency of its vehicles. Any changes to the rounds of service per hour will depend on the current developments of the political situation. BTS Executive Director Anat Apapirom reaffirms that the BTS system still maintains its current frequency of service, with the Sukhumvit Line trains arriving at stations every 2.5 minutes and Silom Line arriving every 4 minutes. Mr. Anat announced that more rounds will be added if more passengers are utilizing the trains to avoid vehicular traffic congestions due to political demonstrations. Meanwhile, the Thai Traffic Police Office has announced that the Bangkok Mass Transit Authority will temporarily adjust 12 of its bus service routes, that is 12 of its bus services, due to the political demonstrations. The routes that will be adjusted due to the roadblocks set up by demonstrators will return to normal once the situation is back to normalcy. Now, the 12 routes that have been affected are routes number 2, 12, 15, 23, 47, 59, 60, 68, 82, 503, 511 and 556. For more information, please call 1348. Meanwhile, the Krop Krua Khonsong company, Sansap Ferry Boats provider, stated that no additional boats have been made as there have not been a significant increase of passengers. The Mental Health Department says Thai people are not anxious about the current political situation, but worried that violence might erupt in the Thai society. Disclosing the results of a survey conducted on people in Bangkok and its vicinity, Director General of the Mental Health Department, Jesada Chok Damrong Suk, said the majority of Thais are not so anxious or depressed about the current demonstrations, adding that they only wanted to see peace amongst Thais and wish that positive changes would be made in the near future. He went on to say that most of the respondents were more worried about violence that could erupt in the society, and people outside the demonstration areas had higher degrees of stress than those in the rally sites. He added that people watching TV at home have higher chances of getting depressed than the protesters themselves because the public only sees pictures that provoke emotions, leading to stress. On the other hand, protesters are able to express themselves and share their thoughts, which is another way of relieving stress and anxiety. We'll now take a break. Up next, we'll have a look at the business news, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives is working to reduce the waste of food. Stay with us.
Open the world of information. Embrace public participation. Present Thainess to the world. New dimension of the government's public relations. The 80th anniversary of the Public Relations Department. Creative media for the society. Mobilizing Thailand towards the ASEAN community.
เมื่อมนุษย์ทำลายสมดุลทางธรรมชาติแล้วมนุษย์ก็เป็นผู้ประสบภัยพิบัติจากธรรมชาติร่วมสร้างอนาคตลดภัยพิบัติระดมพลังพลิกฟื้นคืนผืนป่าในทุกชุมชนทั่วประเทศ
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Now let's have a look at our business news. The Commerce Ministry is organizing the Thailand Online Mega Sale from now until December the 3rd. Mr. Nattawut Saikur, Deputy Commerce Minister, elaborated on the event that his ministry realizes the importance of an online business. It has assigned the Department of Business Development to formulate a campaign to promote online business transactions among local people. The ministry deems that doing business online helps cut operating costs of business owners and reduce consumers' unnecessary expenses. The department therefore joined forces with the Electronics Transactions Development Agency, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, the E-Commerce Association, and other related agencies to organize the Thailand Online Mega Sale 2013 from now until December the 3rd. The Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives is working to reduce waste of food after finding that as much as 30% of food is wasted. Chalit Damrong Sak, Deputy Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, said that the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization reported Thailand was wasting 30% of produced food. He indicated that the government was responding to this problem by initiating a food waste, food loss measure aimed at bringing down the rate of loss incurred in the entire food production process. The measure calls for use of equipment that reduce damage of crops during planting and harvesting, as well as providing farmers with knowledge on how to reduce crop loss. Tools will be brought in to make transportation of the produce more efficient, and this will be complemented by improved logistics. The measure also calls for better management in sales of food and instilling of a better conscience for consumption of food. People will also be encouraged to consume no more food than what is required to nourish their body. Mr. Chalit also expressed optimism about Thailand's efforts to reduce the number of the hungry or food deprived. So far, Thailand has been able to reduce this number by 7.3%. The above target reduction has earned the country the UN's FAO for Hunger Reduction Award. The Federation of Thai Industries is hoping for the value of trade generated near border crossings to increase to 2 trillion baht within 3 years, although it noted this would only be possible if obstacles to border trade are further reduced. Wanlop Wattanakorn, Deputy Chairman of FTI, said at a seminar that 78% of Thailand's trade value with neighboring countries was generated through trade at the border. Border trade, also taking into account goods passing through the border, exceeded 1 trillion baht in the past year. He said efforts should be made to increase this figure to 2 trillion baht within 3 years' time. Mr. Wanlop, however, warned that obstacles for border trade still existed, namely customs processes, the road networks in neighboring countries, and trade impeding measures in the form of transportation limitations. For example, Cambodia has a quota on the number of goods transporting vehicles entering its country, and Malaysia dictates that goods have to be loaded onto another truck when entering the country. Meanwhile, Thailand allows transports from neighboring countries to travel all the way to Suvarnabhumi Airport. He also noted that the issue of origin of goods should be clearly discussed with neighboring countries. Key organizations in the private sector have scheduled an urgent meeting today to discuss the political situation as they are concerned that anti-government protests might turn violent. Chairman of the Federation of Thai Industries, Payungsak Chatsuthipon, said major private agencies such as the FTI, the Thai Chamber of Commerce, the Thai Bankers Association, and the Thai Tourism Business Association will meet today to discuss the ongoing anti-government protests. He revealed that the private sector is deeply worried over the political situation and would like to show its stance on the matter. Although the protesters confirmed they would act in a peaceful manner, the private sector could not feel at ease and feared that investor confidence and tourism would be seriously damaged. However, he noted that the meeting is not aimed at giving suggestions, but showing the society what solutions the private sector wishes to see. And before we take a short break, let's have a look at the commodity prices and also the exchange rates.
Pak, เมื่อไหร่เราจะได้ข้าวเยอะๆสำหรับเลี้ยงครอบครัวเราล่ะป้า
ไม่ต้องกังวลแล้วนะครับอันนี้คือข้าวเมล็ดพันธุ์ดีปลอดสารพิษตามพระราชดำริของพระองค์ท่านเพื่อฟื้นฟูนาล้างและเพิ่มศักยภาพของพื้นที่นาเดิมให้ได้ผลผลิตมากขึ้นนะครับ
เข้าใจเข้าถึงพัฒนา My Idol คนต้นแบบจังหวัดชายแดนภาคใต้โครงการประชาสัมพันธ์สนับสนุนการแก้ไขปัญหาในพื้นที่จังหวัดชายแดนภาคใต้กรมประชาสัมพันธ์
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment will hold events for Thai Environment Day, held during the 3rd till the 4th of December 2013. The events is a collaboration of the Department of Environmental Quality Promotion and the Department of Mineral Resources, aimed at promoting environmental preservation and campaigning for cooperation from the society to help doing so. December 4th has been recognized as the Thai Environment Day to pay a tribute to His Majesty the King, who has long been a champion of environmental preservation, as well as to celebrate the occasion of his royal birthday on the 5th of December. The work and projects of the Natural Resources and Environment Ministry will be showcased in the event, which will be held at Impact Mueang Thong Thani, Nonthaburi Province on December 3rd till the 4th this year. The deadly coronavirus has not been found among Muslim Thais who returned from the Holy Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Coronavirus, the Middle East respiratory syndrome, according to the Department of Medical Sciences, has not been reported among 246 samples tested on the real-time polymerase chain reaction, or RT-PCR, a sensitive and accurate method of detecting viruses. Although the deadly virus has yet to be found in Thailand, the Department of Medical Sciences will closely monitor the situation for at least 30 days after the pilgrims came back from their once-in-a-lifetime journey. The department also urged those who come down with cough, flu, sore throat and runny nose to wear sanitary masks and stay at home in order not to spread the disease, while suggesting that patients see a doctor immediately if the symptoms do not improve within 2 days. According to the World Health Organization, 144 people worldwide have been infected by the deadly virus. The infections have been found in 9 countries, mainly in Jordan, Saudi Arabia and Italy. The percentage of the patients killed by the disease is as high as 43%. The government is organizing the Blue Flag Fair in Sisakay Province, hoping to help reduce the people's cost of living. Sisakay Province, in cooperation with the Department of Internal Trade, is hosting the Blue Flag Fair with an aim to boost local economy as well as to help locals reduce their living expenses. The fair will be held until November 29th. Over 300 booths have participated in the fair, providing a variety of reasonably priced OTOP products and other necessities. These products are directly supplied by manufacturers and priced at 20 to 40% lower than those selling in the market. The government is well aware that people are now having difficulties coping with the higher cost of living and has ordered related agencies to come up with measures, among which is the Blue Flag Fair, to help reduce their living expenses, especially during the time of economic slowdown. Grand Prix will hold the Auto Import Expo, showcasing imported model cars from various manufacturers at the government complex on Tang Watana Road. Mr. Jaturon Komonmit, Senior Vice President at Grand Prix International, stated that the Bangkok Import Car and Used Car Show, held in mid-year 2013, was considered hugely successful and received enormous feedback from automobile producers, entrepreneurs and the public, and that is the reason for Grand Prix to hold another grand event at the end of the year. The Auto Import Expo will showcase only imported vehicles that answer to exclusive needs for the buyers. This event is considered a premium standard event and will guarantee of legal importing procedures and registration. After-sale services and vehicle care are also included for customers. Booths from independent importers selling auto parts and car care equipment will be set up on an area of over 10,000 square meters. New luxury models and makes of the year 2014 will be showcased at the event, along with promotions and special privileges. The Auto Import Expo is being held now until the 1st of December from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. with no entry fee. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please write to us. The email address is newsline.nbt@gmail.com. And today we'll be showing you some lovely pictures, the beautiful scenery of Doi Tung in Chiang Rai Province, where colorful flowers are blooming everywhere. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great day. I'm Cholapan Sanarula. Sawasdee ka.